You want me to
What
start it,
is
Justin?
sorry, what's going on, everybody?
I was like, Justin normally starts it, bro. We just fucked that up. All right, Justin, go
What's
ahead,
going on,
bro. Go ahead.
everybody? It is another edition of Sunday Sermon along with Mr. Banks and No Risk, No Premium. Again, we're not financial advisors. Anything stays on this call should not be taken as financial advice.
It's
Let's
purely
get started.
entertainment. What is going on, everybody? Hopefully, y'all had a great weekend. Obviously, a huge day on Friday, but it's exactly how we called it. We did the homework. We knew exactly what was possible. So that was very fun. We'll get to the charts, but first, obviously, we have to bring into account, what we're expecting. I mean, here, this is it right here. This whole week and the state of the market is literally dependent right here. Okay, that is what everyone's going to be waiting for. So what happens typically into Powell or into any big event like this, especially if the Fed is going to be speaking, shit gets choppy. The VIX is above 30. So we're going to have the violent moves. Trying to guess it, what's going to happen after the fact is like playing earnings. It's a gamble. So just play what the chart tells us, guys. Okay. But as far as like economic data, nothing else really matters this week except this. You guys know that I do like to look, like me personally, like the jobless claims, because I know, inflation and jobs is how the Fed and Powell obviously dictates what they're going to be doing from the quantitative tightening. So, it doesn't matter now because all we're waiting on is what the hell he's going to say right here. Right. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, it's all about Powell. And then we got some earnings this week. You know what we like to look at the earnings. I was telling Justin earlier, I like AMD and I do like Shopify. And then Dan, shout out JT Gladiator. He did make mention that he will be watching Starbucks this week as well. So you guys know you can head over to the ER Lottos. He plays the IV very well on those. So you guys, if you ever want to play earnings play, it's really fun. Check out Dan. Justin, what you got? What are you looking for?
I was going to say just to put more onto that, it's JT Gladiator is his name for those who are new. We got a lot of new people in this Sunday sermon. So his name is JT Gladiator. He's our earnings and small account specialist. So
yes, sir.
Just want to add that in there. This week I'm looking at CVS, AMD, obviously, but I'm also going to look at CAR. Okay. I saw Hertz beat, but they tanked it. And I'm gonna think that CAR is gonna beat this week as well, but they're also gonna tank it. If you look at the chart, there's a double top at 300. I think it's way overextended, and I think what's gonna happen is, they're gonna beat and they're gonna.
What'd you say, CAR? Sorry, I was like fully not even following you. Oh, what the hell is happening?
You're on it.
I'm trying. Oh, I'm good. Yeah, you guys see that double top he's talking about right there.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna beat. But if you go to like the monthly, let's go to But
wasn't this the Tesla news? Was this a Tesla news right here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's a little bit overextended. So
imagine getting caught. Imagine if you're still up here and you bought it like 500. God damn.
Go to the,
oh my lord.
Or go to the daily real quick. Either the daily or weekly. Yeah, daily should be good. And then zoom out a little bit.
I'll do weekly.
Yeah, just zoom out to so you could see from like 2020. Yeah.
Where you want it.
Yeah, I see where it's like 2020. Yeah, it just like it's super overextended in my opinion. And while there is a lot of traveling going on, things are starting to get more expensive. You are seeing an economic downturn. So I think they're pricing in that there is going to be actually less traveling going on in this near future because nobody's going to have money except for the wolves. So,
I mean, you see now underneath that 20 MA, which we like to talk about underneath that now. So what's the next stop? You got the 50 here, 100-day here, 200-day right below it with this blue line. So, KDJ is pointing down and we are getting, you guys see these little black dots are showing areas of consolidation, plus the red dots. So it looks like it could be wanting to fire. Often when I say the word fire, it could be wanting to make some downside moves. So I would definitely think some downside would be warranted here, but we'll see what happens.
And a couple other things. We have Hilton and I think Expedia tomorrow as well. So travel stocks is going to be a good inclination as to how the market sees the travel industry moving on further this year. So I think so that's going to be a good thing to look.
I think you're right because they book out very far out in advance as far as rooms, all that kind of shit. And so they know, they can see the demand further out. And if people aren't planning shit further out, what does that mean? That means people aren't spending money. If they're not spending money, there's a reason. It's probably due to inflation. It's due to people maybe getting laid off because of inflation. I mean, you just have to realize that you have to take that all into account for sure. So good
Yeah.
point
So
there.
my whole idea is if they don't have a good outlook on travel stocks, then they're
Mhm.
probably not, then, they're not having a good outlook on the economy as itself. So
100%. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No, I hear that 100%. So with that being said, I do like all of those. I know Dan's gonna have all that stuff in the room, guys. JT Gladiator, check it out. Obviously, we'll be talking about it all week long as well. But now let's get down to the meat and potatoes. We should just dive right on into our favorite ticker. Obviously, we like to trade SPY. And as you guys can see, uh, yeah. So what did we want last week? What did we keep talking about last week? We wanted we wanted the full body down, and we got it. And what did we keep on saying? 410, 410, 410, 410. We got there. Okay, we got there. It took a while on Friday, but goddamn it, we cratered and we got there. So, guys, look, from here, it's very simple. We obviously see this double bottom. Do we get a bounce here? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. With the Fed on Wednesday, it makes an interesting time for us to be at a double bottom. Okay. Do the Fed come out and we're priced in 50 basis points, or um or they, or they crater it all the way down to the 403 gap, right? To the 403 gap, and then they bounce it back up. But you see here, we do have the 100-day moving average. But what is above us on everything? I mean, we obviously know where all of the resistance lies. We know that all of the MAs on the daily are above us, right? So getting a bounce back there would be warranted, but we don't know. I mean, it's hard to say with the Fed coming out. Let's see. Let's see what happens. But look, for the upside numbers, we obviously love the 5MA is 420. Okay. 420 above 420. I would say 428 major resistance there. Okay. Just like we talked about here, right? We had this circled up here. Major resistance, got there, failed. Major resistance in here, could never, ever get above that. So a bounce back, I would think, depending where the 5MA opens in the morning, because you guys know, we have still, many hours until we open in the morning. So this will probably make its way down into the teens, into the maybe 19, 18. And we know that there's levels in there. I'd say upside, we've got, I would say 415, 416, 419, 420, 426, 428, 430 to the upside. Okay. Downside, very simple, very simple. And I'm just going to zoom out just a tad here so y'all can see it. Okay. We obviously see the double bottom, right? So we're going to have support here. Let's see if we bounce or not. And if we don't, we all remember why we have this level over here. Oops, I don't know why it's so zoomed out like that. God damn it. We all remember this gap over here, right? 400 to 403. So that's what I'm thinking. If we're going to get down somewhere, we're definitely going to get down to 403. So I got downside numbers after 410, 403, and then I got 400. Underneath 400, since we don't have any MAs down there, I'm just going to use my fib retracement. I like the 1.27 or 127, excuse me, 127. And that is, guys, I got that from just literally going the swing low on the Ukraine invasion news, swing high, and it's been really respecting all of these levels all the way down. So let's see, do we get to 396 and then 378? I mean, if the Fed gets hawkish, we could definitely get down there. Surprise 0.75, basis point hike. And they want to start rolling off the balance sheet at the next meeting. I mean, definitely feel like we could really start to tumble, right? Really start to tumble. So let's see. I don't know, Justin, what is your thoughts, bro?
I mean, I've been screaming 380 for a while. It's just when is it going to happen?
Yeah.
There's a lot of bad news. There's, there's a lot of things, nothing really looking good for any kind of bull sentiment right now. But again, last time when we were in this sentiment of like, it's just going to keep going down, 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 we got a major bounce. So to be very biased of only going to the downside, we need to keep in mind that there could be a major a relief bounce or a dead cat bounce, whatever you want to call it.
Mhm.
Like we said, to another resistance point, and then we finally see that major drop below 400.
Yep. No, I agree completely. We're gonna get a bounce in here somewhere. And you guys know, like when you're in a bearish market, you typically are going to get these huge squeezes. Like, and there's like these relief bounces, like Justin just said, like you get these type of candles where in your bear market, they squeeze the fuck out of shorts, right? They squeeze the hell. Like you see these big, like this is a 417 to 420. I mean, a huge move. It would make you want to get super bullish, right? So like you have to remember, like those are going to keep happening. Okay. But we can see from the top, it's literally just been what? Hold on, let me zoom out just a tad. Those famous stair steps down, right?
Everybody could just mute yourselves. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. The stair steps down. Like you see bear flag, bear flag, bear flag, bear flag, bear flag, bear flag. I mean, it's just constantly doing the same thing. So what happens here is this next leg lower to the 400, then we flag it back up and out. I don't know. Maybe. Who knows? I think the action will be telling in the morning. Currently, the futures are up like 15 points. They're not bouncing, as big as like some probably wish. I know a lot of people bought calls at the bottom, but like, let's see. I mean, we know the levels: 410, 403, 400, 396, 370 underneath. I mean, very simple. To the upside, 415, 416 ish. I say about 420 after that. 425 ish, 426, then 428, 430. You guys can see, obviously, a lot of these MAs. Let's zoom in on the daily so you guys can see these. Why is it like that? What the hell? Sorry.
Your TOS has been so weird lately. It's like,
I don't know why it's so zoomed out like that when I try to. It's never done that. All right. Let's see where the 5 MA is. But I mean, like, shit. Look at this is the 20, right? The green is 20. The purple is the 50. And the 200 is all the way up here. So remember, every time you get super stretched away, think about it like a rubber band. Okay, you're usually gonna get like attached or attracted back to like a magnet back to those MAs, right? And if you stretch it down, it's gonna pop it back up. Okay, at some point. So let's see where that's gonna happen. I would only probably go long. I would probably go long 403. If 403 comes, I would take. I think the risk to reward is definitely to go long right there. On the call side, 100%. That's Justin. I mean, I told you we're gonna kind of keep it really short and simple and sweet because it is this week is very simple. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's really all I have
Well,
from SPY, but we should look at the VIX.
With FOMC, yeah, it's definitely, for those who are new, it's volatile. So it's definitely a day-to-day basis. I would
Mhm.
say it's more of a day trading week, nothing swinging. And then, yeah, we're just gonna take it day by day this week, and hopefully we'll see where this market goes.
Yep. I mean, you see the VIX here. You see how this is huge resistance up here, and we are getting up there. So it's likely that we do go hit our head, right, and have a pullback off those
Mhm.
levels. You guys know if the VIX gets elevated, the indexes go down. And if the VIX gets obviously like a pullback, then the indexes will go up. So just keep that in mind. I think Topher said something about
Cup and handle.
cup and handle on the VIX daily. I think he's looking right
I
here,
could see it.
cup, and then you see, yeah, I mean,
Yeah, handle.
that's a
and
perfect,
boom.
this
Yeah.
right here is actually a, Jesus, what is this? Definitely a bull flag. You know what I mean? Like rip up, and then you get, this nice consolidation down
Mhm.
back into the MAs and then right back up. So let's see. I mean, I definitely think this week we can get a 36 to 38 print, just depending on the action. So we're obviously at support right now, 410. If this wants to keep going, what the VIX is telling me, it definitely wants to probably go try 36, right? 35, 36, 38 ish. So if that's the case, then that means 403, 400 probably comes, right? So that's what I'm looking at. And shit, I mean, look at SQQQ as well. For those of you that don't know, it's the 3 times leveraged. What is fucking happening? Why is it? This is ridiculous. Sorry, guys. You can either use SQQQ or the VIX, but kind of the same. It kind of looks very similar to the VIX, right? SQQQ would be more, inversely directed, way better to the Qs, QQQ. So you can use both depending what you trade. We like to trade all of them, but this is definitely looking like probably going to go up here and try 51, at some point. But it is, way above its MAs. You guys could see even just the 5 MA is over here where the blue is 46.48. So that's like 3 points down. So if we do get a pullback there, just to that MA at some point, then we know we'll rip higher, right? Shit, I mean, that's really all I got, Justin. Very simple and straightforward week. It's all about the Fed. If it's status quo and it's 50 basis points or lower, since they've been given that expectation that they're going to be doing that, as far as being priced in, I think it's going to get bullish. If that's the case, there's nothing to surprise anybody. And they do that, then I think we probably get a bounce on the news. That's just me. And especially I'm thinking we would get a bounce to go long if they sell off. If they sell off into Powell, like heavily sell off, then I'm thinking we probably get a massive like bounce out of it. So, and then obviously if they try to surprise anybody with, 0.75 balance sheet roll off, etc., then, from there, I'm thinking 396 and then 37. I mean, it could get really ugly really quick because all those people, you guys got to think about this.
Can you let Shirley in?
Did I let her in?
Yeah.
I did. No, did I?
I think she just came.
Is she in? Okay.
Did you get her? Okay.
Oh,
okay,
she
cool.
hot. Oh,
Okay,
hi,
cool.
Sharon. All right, cool.
All right, perfect.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, baby.
Hey. Okay. So, damn, what was my train of thought?
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, it's all good. What was I just saying, though? God damn it.
It could get really ugly in SPY.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Look at you coming in firing already. Damn. So, let's just zoom out for a second here. I mean, COVID, massive buying. You guys just see this total. Okay. What the? Sorry, guys.
Did you guys go over levels yet? Because I'm sorry I'm late. Sorry.
No, yeah, we did. And I'll recap them there for you in a sec.
Okay, cool.
I just want to look okay, why doesn't it go further? What the fuck is happening? Okay, I don't know what's happening, guys. I'm sorry. Anyway, I wanted to zoom it out just to show, look at this, multiple year span right here. SPY traded in a range, basically 225 to 300, really, in that range. And then all of a sudden we wanted to go from 275 to 500. I mean, almost 100-point increase on an index, right? In a year and a half, 2 years. Just look at this. So if all these buyers in here, all these buyers where this shit just ripped up the whole time, if they actually want to sell, right, and actually take profits and sell, right, and leave everybody with the bags, this thing can get very bad.
Yeah, because once it starts hitting those levels of people, there's going to be a major sell-off.
There's just selling.
Yeah.
People are going to secure their profits. Panic selling is going to happen, and you get knifed horribly. Okay, horribly. So look, we're getting to the 100-day here too. This is why I like the 403 level as definitely an area to look for a huge bounce to happen. If it doesn't happen here at the 410 level, or be that double bottom, because we do have the gap fill down, right? It's the start of the gap is 403. And then we also have this 100-day moving average here on the weekly. And then I will make this point on the monthly as well too. Trell was screaming about having a full body down. Well, we got it. We got the full body down on the monthly, and it came to where? 413. I have as a 20-day moving average. It got there. Okay. It got there. So now we have this actual full body down where we just had the wicks to the bottom before. Now we got the full body down. So if we go through this 20-day moving average, where do we go after that? I mean, the 50-day is 330. I mean, that's insane. I mean, insanely low. But we also saw did we not see massive sell-offs for the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks? anything's possible. But if you're gonna go through the levels, and we know if we bust through the 20 to the downside, the next magnet is here at the 50. Not saying it gets there, but I'm saying that would be the next magnet. So let's see. I think Trell was even messaging in the chat about looking at like 370 puts, right?
Mhm.
I'm pretty sure he was I can go back.
376, I think.
376, right,
Six,
Cher? Yeah.
Yep.
So, excuse me. So
Or the end of June, I believe.
Yep. Okay. So we know that there can be massive selling to happen. Okay. So let's see. But there's going to be some bounces. So we have the levels. Cher, I'll hit them for you one more time real quick.
I think we also have a lot of on these major companies like Google and like pretty much like Google. It's a lot of insider selling, and they just been selling like these past months majorly. right?
Yeah.
I think that's another big inclination.
Yep. Share to the downside. I got 410 double bottom, 403 gap fill down, 400 would be the actual gap fill. Then my
Mhm.
fib level 396, and 378 after that. Upside, we're gonna look at that 315 or 415, 416 area, 20 the
Mhm.
5 MAs about 420-ish, 426 above that, and then 428 where it couldn't get through. 428, 430-ish. If it wants to get all the way up there. We obviously know that was huge resistance. So that's what I got. Well, how are you looking?
Well, Trell and I were talking, and what he has to the upside is 415, 418, 420, 422. And then to the downside, he has 410, 407, 403, 396.
403, 396. Yeah. So we got
Mhm.
pretty much all the same areas. And
Yeah, pretty much. It's very close.
Yeah.
Very, very
You
close.
guys know, obviously, Trell uses Webull. And he uses the MAs and the EMAs on Webull.
Yeah.
And I use TOS. A lot of the times, some of the numbers are a little different, but at the end of the day, the levels are typically always going to be the same. So I know Trell and probably Cheryl will post some other stuff later on today. He usually has some screenshots, or Tone posted some screenshots usually of the Webull chart. So you'll get to see all of the MAs there. But pretty much you guys heard it from Sherilyn, the GOAT herself, talk about 415, 418, 420, 422, 426. To the upside, downside, 410, 407, 403, 396.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
And I mean, other than that, Cher, we know we got the Fed this week, and that's all we can really. I mean, I don't think there's any earnings. No more earnings that are going to move the market anymore. Like all of the big earnings that went this week from all the major, blue chip, large cap stocks. So it's all about the Fed on Wednesday, and just play the chart. You know what I mean? Play the chart, guys. We obviously know we're at support right now. So we would expect a
Yeah.
bounce here. And then we know if we do bust through this level 410, we have a
Mhm.
long way to fall.
Mm.
Okay. We got a
Yeah.
long way to fall. So we'll obviously want to take puts, so we'll see. That's all I really got, though. That's where I'll wrap it up. Just from the levels, we got the level solid knocked in. We know Wednesday. It's all about Wednesday. Justin, you have anything you want to add in?
For anybody who's new, you know how we have our levels can be a little bit different, but that's why it's like in a range. Don't get so focused on 403, 28 cents. Like it's 403 and 400. So just, it's going to be in a little range like that. Don't focus on the penny side of it. And that's all I have to say about that.
That's all I got. Cher, you want to bless us with anything?
No, I posted what I've learned from observing, analyzing, and learning from Trell up in the options chat. So
Yep.
you just might want to take a look at it, because it covers everything in terms of what MAs and what EMAs. And when say the play already happens and people are like, well, when do I get in? Because it looks like we're just going to continue the downside. So there's some things about the MAs on pullbacks where a good entry could possibly be. Because I know for me, a lot of the times, if I'm not around to happen to see where the play happened, then but I still have conviction that it's going to go to a certain target. I always want to know, well, where's the best potential place to enter without getting caught up paying a high price for it. So
yep.
So you might want to just take a look at that because it's pretty huge.
Yeah.
And it goes over a lot that I've learned. And that's kind of what helped me get those 3 strikes over 1,000% on Friday. So
Massive.
everything coming together on that. You
Massive.
guys, I'll be honest, I was in and out of trading the whole day, but I was there for the first 30 minutes of it. And I knew once I saw that 425 rejection, that's where I continued to add contracts for the put side. And I just kept rolling it down or following and writing that down and sticking to the plans on the MAs, like where if it crossed over an MA, I'm like, that probably was an area for profit taking. But if you just take a look at what happened on SPY and kind of like go over, everything that I wrote into what I've learned with Trail, you'll see how significant you can be like, oh my God, you could have, if you followed the 5 and the 10 all the way down, pretty much on the 15, you would have been in a trade pretty much the whole entire time.
Yep.
So just take a look at what I wrote down. And if there's anything else, because I know there's other people in here that are really picking up on his strategy to, add your 2 cents in, because we're all learning together here.
Yes,
we're a
ma'am. Well
family.
said. Well said. And
Yeah.
guys, this is what she's referencing right here. You guys see my screen. She came in here. She wrote this whole thing out. Thank you for that, Sherilyn. This is amazing. It's good to just get
course.
that. Yeah, it's good to, definitely put pen to paper because we talk about it on live a ton of the strategy, but
Yeah.
actually have something, actually written down you can go back and reference. So guys,
Yeah.
definitely give Sherilyn a huge shout out and say thank you for, taking the time for her to do this. But you can see it right here. She breaks it down very, very well. So definitely go look and check this out. We should definitely pin this.
And we talked to Trell, and he's actually going to make a whole course. So that will
yep.
be coming soon.
That'd be amazing.
Yeah, I think
But
he's
yeah,
gonna do
I
that.
mean, I just want to add that, like, I know I tried to make it beginner friendly, because I know that if you're listening on voice and you say you just started trading options or are very new to it, it just sounds like a lot of numbers and just a lot of levels and a lot of different charts that we're using. So I tried to make it very user friendly for people regardless at what level they're at. Because like I said, it's a new strategy to me too, but I try to break it down so that everybody can understand it.
Thank you.
No, this was amazing, Sherilyn. I read through it
Yes.
earlier. It was amazing. So guys, this is what she's
Yay.
talking about right here. You can go check it out. I also pinned the message to the top, but you guys check it out. She is at 12:45 this afternoon. So check it out, guys. It's really, really nice. Sherilyn, thank you for
Oh
that.
yeah, and then you got it.
And then I think we we're talking to Trell earlier. It's looking like he wants to make it into an actual official course, and then start pushing that out. So obviously, be on the lookout for that, guys.
Last little thing I would say is, Trey, are you on the call? You're on the call, right?
Yes, sir. What's up?
I saw your post about how you like reviewed your trade the other day, and how you could have got. Could you talk about that a little bit, like how you did that and like what you found out?
Yeah, so
I thought that was pretty interesting.
I was in SPX 4150 puts, 0 day till expiration. Actually, it's on the screen on the right here.
Oh yeah.
I got in at 80 cents each,
Oh, boy.
$80 a pop.
Those
Jesus.
And-
went to
I went to 26 something.
they went- yeah, look at this.
But I got scared out early.
Okay.
Look at
Oh my
Jesus.
God.
So
The
what-
end of day sell off. Look at that. Those went to 26. She said you got in at what, 80?
Yeah.
Cents.
Holy
So how did you? What did you learn? I guess. Did you learn anything when you?
Yeah,
went
big
back?
time. I wrote down on my rules that I have to pay attention to the close of the 5 and 15-minute candles.
Okay.
Yep.
Especially when nearing like a
Mhm.
resistance level, because during that day,
Mhm.
there was a certain level at which was retesting, and it went over, which scared me out. But the candle didn't
Mm.
close, and about
Mhm.
like 2 minutes later,
Yep.
it dumped. You know.
Yep.
Yep.
I think this is I want to show the 15-minute chart, especially if you guys are newer to trading. The 5, anything under the 5-minute is rather jerky. I like to call it. It'll definitely fake you out. Like a 1-minute chart will give you a heart attack.
No.
I really like just being on the 15, especially because this, like Sherilyn was talking about right now, guys. You could see very easily that she talked about the 425 rejection, which is pretty much was what pre-market high. I mean, you could see it right there. It was all
Yep.
this. It didn't get through it. Okay.
Nope.
It did not get through it. And then what happened, right? What happened was this. Here's pre-market low area, right? This 422. So we ripped up to reject or to I'm sorry, resistance. once we got underneath you could have even waited to take puts on confirmation here
Yep.
at the break. You could have waited to
Yep.
like on the break. You obviously where we want to get them tops and bottoms. You want to get them right here. Could have
Yeah.
waited. Okay. We had a breakdown. And when we had the retest, basically what we do, we went up and pretty much retested where this support was right here in the morning. Failed that, went lower. Okay. And what was this support right here? When we broke down below it, we went back up and tried to test it again. And when we rejected it, we knew we were going to go even lower.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just see this chart. This blue one is what Sherilyn's talking about is the 5MA.
Yeah.
You
Which
can
is your
see-
yellow? What's your yellow? Is that
That's
the
the-
10
I have an 8
or the
EMA.
20?
I have an 8
Oh, okay,
EMA.
so that's close to the 10.
Yeah, it's very simple. Yeah, I
But
like
you
to have
could
both of
see
them.
where it didn't even close below it
It
almost
couldn't.
at all.
Yeah, and I know like Melsky
Ever.
Melsky plays the 821 EMAs a lot.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
could even
nice.
if you weren't following the 5MA, all right, and you just want to follow this yellow solid as the 8 EMA. I mean, once you got underneath it, we never got back above it.
Mm-mm.
You know, rip up. Once you got underneath it right here, it's over. It was game over. Failed into it, and then just down. You know.
Yep.
So, you know, I think you guys, it's good to go recap the trades. It's good to go look at the levels because all last week we pretty much said 426, 428, 430. And then I mean, if Trell was just even explicitly on Sunday when we were talking, was like, we're not getting through 430. Like we're just not. We're not getting through that this week. So you knew, you know, at 430 on what was this? Thursday, right? Yeah. Get up here to 430. Okay. And then from there, we've dropped 20 points to 411. But, you know,
Yeah.
so we knew. So now what happens this week? You guys always want to zoom out and see what happens on the weekly, right? Do we continue the full body down, right? And get down to this gap fill area? Because on the monthly, you know, we've got this 20 MA we're finally testing, okay, which is this green dotted I have, right? So if we blow through that, it's just continue to have a body down. Okay, that's why I was talking about there can be massive selling that happens. Okay, and now with earnings out of the way, guidance not that great, rates getting risen, right? Inflation out of control. I mean, like it's just a perfect shitstorm economically from a macro perspective for profit taking to happen and sellers to come in. Okay. But you got to know where the supports lie because you have to respect the supports, and that's where you get those bounces. Right.
Yep.
That's where you get those bounces. Okay, now I'm done. That's all I have. But
That's
Sherilyn,
gonna-
thank you.
It's going to be the daily, Eric.
I got a quick question for you because I just want to know
Yep.
to point out something. How far on TOS did what's it called? Did SPY go down to?
You're welcome.
On TOS,
Yeah.
like the daily close.
Yeah, the daily close. Like
Yeah.
the end, like the lowest it went.
The low of this candle is 411.21.
Or 1121, the lowest it went. Because did you see in my daily there was a gap from 411.67 to 411.05, and this was way back when, before the gap at 403. Did you see that?
Where is that at? Where are you looking at? Like,
Oh my god,
like-
I
like
have
a
you have to
date.
go all the way back. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up. But I looked at
1999.
it. It's before the last major drop on your daily chart. Like if you see where
oh, over here.
yeah, you can kind of see it. Hold on, go back.
What am I looking?
Yeah.
You're looking at my screen, right?
I am looking at your screen. So I'm seeing that is currently. So if you go way back, let me see if I can find it. And I can get you the date. But there was
Okay.
a gap that we didn't fully fill, and it's
Okay.
down to 411.05.
So what do we have here? We had 411.21.
24, right? 24, 26. Because I have that same thing.
Well, we've pretty
that-
much almost filled it.
Almost. but I'm
Almost. So we
saying
still
that
need to
there's-
fill it.
There's a little bit left. It might
Yeah.
get filled at pre-market, which I'm sure it might.
Yeah.
But I was just looking at that because I go, this looks like more downside movement. And just looking at even where SQQ is, because what Trell tries to teach is when you see your levels, try to like come up with your story based upon what you see in terms of levels and resistance levels, support and resistance levels with even SQQQ. So you can have an idea, because here's the thing. Like in the morning, like he's told me, he's like, look at the levels that are surrounding SPY currently. And I wrote this in the chat, that if it's, for example, if the levels, like say the MA5 is so much lower than where it's trading, or so much higher, and you want to know like levels going lower, then you might want to look at SQQ and see where SQQQ can travel to its highs above where it's trading, because of its correlation.
Yep.
It's all, check it out, because it's all written out on what I wrote out.
Yep.
But you want to know those things, because, and I even also talked about how SQQ does correlate inversely with SPY, but the movements that happens on the SQQQ, like a 5 to 10 cent up and down move, are bigger, much bigger pop and fades on SPY, and vice versa. Some dips and rips. So that's why he says, try to create a story around the levels that you are seeing that's happening, like even with the VIX, with all of it working together. And that kind of even more supports your theories for what you're looking at.
Yep. So guys, what she's saying by like tell your story is like, what when you get to the level, what could happen there? Right?
Yeah.
It either rejects it, or it uses it as support, or it busts through it. Right. So there's only two things: continues going through it, or it respects it. So you better have calls and puts on your screen, right? That's what she's saying. So like if this, then this. Right? Like we said, if 430, then puts. Like very simply, if 430, then puts. That was literally the whole story for the whole week. Why? You could just see it right here. Couldn't get through it here. Couldn't get through it here. Huge resistance. We saw it. We knew it. Okay. So that's what she means by telling your story. So tonight, when you guys are doing your homework, guys, go read through what she was talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
Go put your levels on, and then go see, okay, if we get here, like, why is he saying like, oh, if 403, then I take calls? Because I know 403 is going to be major resistance, because it is a start of a gap fill. Okay. And although I believe that we fill the gap, I do, but that doesn't mean that we're just going to come down to it and then just burst right through. It's very likely we're going to come down to it and bounce back up. And it's going to be a huge call opportunity to play. Okay. Always tell the story. Okay. So well said, Sherilyn. Well said. Justin, you got anything else, bro?
I think that's it. I'll have my levels and watch list in the morning.
Yep. I'll have a little recap later on tonight, just through these levels. Obviously, we're going to post this to the YouTube, so you go back and watch it. Do your homework tonight. And then other than that, we'll see y'all bright and early in the pre-market. Let's see where we open up. Let's see what we can do this week, guys. I'm excited. And that's it.
There is a new channel. It is homework. It's going to be in the call out channels section at the very bottom. It just says homework. That's where Trell will be putting his homework in the morning. So it's not just going to be in the options chat. So it'll all be in one place for you guys.
Oh, that's nice. All right, sweet. Nice. All right. That's it, guys. Have a great rest of your evening. Get your homework done, and we'll see y'all in the pre-market.
Much love.
Much love. See you guys. Peace.
Night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.